Hey, Heather and Jeff. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Just got done taping your house. Took about 4 hours, throughout about 3.5 actually, so not a big deal. That's pretty normal. You'll see, let's go take a look at it. You'll see a bunch of blue tape, not so much green tape, so I've been pretty impressed with that. But anyway, anytime you see blue tape, like you see some out here on the trim boards, okay, that's paint and everything else. Green indicates some sheetrock work that needs to be addressed, but for the most part, blue tape is paint, okay? And I'll show you some other things. And again, don't be alarmed, because the more blue tape I got on the walls, the less stuff you're going to see and put on your 45-day rewalk list, okay? Not a big deal. Although I caveat that and say I can only probably see about 98% of it. Anyway, there's a big X right there. You'll say, well, why is the big X? And that means paint the whole area, because I can't tape that all that little stuff. Little green indicates sheetrock issues. Arrows mean look up, okay? And we touch, feel, smell, taste everything. You see all those tapes right there? We'll go in here and you'll see a couple in the front bedroom. You'll see a couple on the windows, okay? The windows are tight, and I've got it written on there. If you'll see this piece of tape, I wrote the word tight on there so they know kind of what I'm talking about. So I go to lift them up, they're super tight. All that can be adjusted out. So sometimes it's just a matter of putting some dry graphite, because they're so new. It's you put some dry graphite on them and it totally cures it, okay? So all these little pieces of tape just mean paint. But if we come in here to the front bathroom, remember we touch, feel, smell, taste everything. And the cabinets, we got a front face of this cabinet that's loose. We got a drawer that needs to be lowered down, and you know, it's adjusted, make it all level. Not a big deal, they can do that. I got to put a piece of tape on this yet, but I put it on my punch list. That seems a little weak to me. Not that it is, it's just probably the water flow here, but there's one in the master, I'll show you here shortly, that is definitely weak. Found a couple little scratches on the tub, so I wrote on there scratches on the tub, so we need to try to buff those out for us, okay? Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Again, another window over there that's a little tight to pull up. They all tilt out fine. It's just going up and down. It's a little tight on a couple of them. Things like this inside these bifolds. Okay, definitely missed a second coat of paint. Okay, so I'm gonna have them sand them a little bit and paint them. Okay, so I look on the inside of that sort of thing as well, because it drives me crazy. Okay, drives me crazy. Then I have them rerun the base. I don't tape every little thing on the base except for the caulking of the joints and stuff, but I put on our punch list, rerun the base throughout the entire house. Okay, that way everything gets freshened up. So there's some more of that. Needs a second coat. Okay. Also down there at the floor, right at the corner down there, you'll see there's some missing grout. So that needs to be addressed. And although just fill it in with grout, you just don't want the bare hole there. Okay. Let's see, in the kitchen area, there's no drain line installed on the dishwasher. The water line on the refrigerator is not installed. Bunch of cabinet stuff here that just needs to be adjusted. You'll see tape on the doors. Things need to be adjusted. Not a big deal. Scribe that's missing right here on the edge of your sink, all the way around, that needs to be installed. Okay. Yeah, nothing extraordinary. Just, you know, that's that 10%. The last 10% of your home construction is this week. And John's got a little over a week to get it done, so that's kind of cool. Let's see, squaring up receptacles, making sure everything gets, turn that thing a little bit. I'm also asking them, no promises, but I'm asking them to stain, because you get these little hairline cracks in here, which is normal for concrete, but I'm going to ask them to stain this rear patio and the front little stoop there for you. It kind of hides them, makes it look nicer, it's cleaner, you know. Let's see here, master bedroom. Pretty standard stuff, nothing crazy. So here I got, you see up here on the right hand wall, it says tool mark inside of tray. I got written on that. It's a sheetrock issue. So if they look up, I don't know if you can see it on my film, but it's just where they did the knock down and it kind of scraped the edge of the scraper. So I've learned over the years to look up, look down, look everywhere. Lines like that mean paint that whole area up there around the top of that paint color, that wall. Make sure we have a good consistent color. Okay. So coming in here in the master bedroom, see it right there? A little weak on the flow. It's probably just junk inside this thing from the construction process. So pull it apart and clean it and probably fix that. Clean up the grout and clean up the caulking and that sort of thing. Went inside, again, we run all the water, check all the drains. I did find a leak under the kitchen sink. We check everything, check the stoppers. This stopper's not functioning properly, so it doesn't stop all the way. Doesn't seal all the way, so they need to adjust it down. Not a big deal. Found some grout in there, needs to be touched up. Of course, run all the water, make sure all the drains work properly, hot and cold. Coming in here, again, more paint on the inside there, but also I want that whole door. The whole door needs to be painted. They install it, but they really never painted it, so all that needs to be painted. So, all pretty normal stuff. I'm also going to ask them, again, no promises, I'm going to ask them to put a couple more shelves in here for you guys. Okay, that's what those pieces of tape are. See if I can get a couple of extra things for us, it's staining, and then grout right up underneath the counter there. A little bit of grout missing. What else can I show you? Well, here's the list I made. Now I'm going to take a picture of it so we have it. But this is the punch list I made. This is their QA company, independent company that comes in. This is the option sheet that's supposed to go in your house. Okay, and this is Setzer's Appliance, who delivered the appliances, saying that there's no water lines to the fridge. So I had to make sure it doesn't get forgotten about. It's on my list, and I pulled the refrigerator forward to make sure we don't forget about it. Okay, operated all the appliances except for the dishwasher because there's no drain line, so we can't operate that. But on the day of closing, I'll make sure it's right and tight. Everything's and I plugged in the fridge, make sure it works. It's fine, but of course can't run any ice or anything. Coming in here, we're still missing the washer. They still got to deliver that. I ran the dryer. It works just fine. Okay. Operated the gate, so I got to put that on my, I've just remembered I got to put that on my list. That gate needs to be adjusted. Alright gang, so that's pretty much, and I go around the entire outside the house like that as well. I operate the irrigation system, so that's all working properly. So make sure everything's good for you guys. Now, again, I try to get as much as I can. Probably after you guys move in, as you're moving things in, you're probably going to nick and ding some walls. We'll go over how to handle all of that at the 45-day walk. I think we'll be in pretty good shape, guys, okay? All right. I want you to have a fantastic day. Any questions or comments, you know I'm here for you. All right? Thanks.